They say that once you cross the threshold of a new home, you never truly know who or what was there before you. In 2019, one homeowner learned that the hard way. It started with a bedroom door that had to stay closed, and it ended with a dog barking at shadows and heavy rhythmic knocking in the dead of night. I'm Vera, and you're tuning into the Underworld Broadcast. Tonight, we're pulling a transmission from the archives of the unexplained, the guest room ghosts. Lean in close. The signal is live. A steady flame snuffed out by invisible fingers. It's a reminder that some things can't be explained by science, only by experience. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever felt that fight or flight instinct in your own home? Drop your experiences in the comments below. I'll be descending into the threads to respond to the most chilling ones. If you want more dispatches from the dark, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our circle. Your support keeps the transmission running. The signal is fading, but the shadows remain. I'm Vera, and this has been the Underworld Broadcast. A steady flame snuffed out by invisible fingers. It's a reminder that some things can't be explained by science, only experience. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever felt that fight or flight instinct in your own home? Drop your experiences in the comments below. I'll be set I'll be descending into the threads to respond to the most chilling ones. If you want more dispatches from the dark, hit that. A year ago, I had my first paranormal experience, one that made me believe in ghosts. I bought a house in March 2019, but didn't move into it until June because I was doing some renovations. The house has 3 bedrooms upstairs, and I always kept the bedroom doors open, which is a habit of mine, even though I know it's not that fire safe. I turned one of the bedrooms into my office and left the other one bare. A few months after moving in, though, I started to feel weird about one of the extra bedrooms, so I closed the door and stopped going in there. Didn't really notice the change, but now looking back, I think that's where it all started. Around that time, my dog, a 1-year-old lab who had previously rarely barked, started to get really upset at night. He would bark down the hallway or at a reading nook area. His hackles would be raised, and even weirder, he would back up and move, seemingly reacting to something. Once, he even seemed to freak out at something, and mid-barking fit, he turned around and sprinted back to my bedroom before jumping on my bed and staring down the hallway like he was running from something. That was when I started to get a little nervous. This was concerning because it didn't appear that he was barking at the neighbors or anything in the street. He seemed to be reacting to something in the house. It was starting to freak me out, but nothing major until October. At this point, the barking was starting to escalate. It started with once or twice a week, then once a night, then a handful of times a night, and by October, he was getting up 15 plus times a night. On this particular night, I was in bed trying to doze off. My dog had been especially loud this night and was getting up every 5 minutes to growl down the hallway. He was finally asleep at the foot of my bed, and I was almost asleep too when I heard a series of very fast and very loud knocks that lasted a few seconds. I was pretty disoriented and my heart was beating, and my first instinct was to hope that no one was breaking in. Strangely enough though, my dog bolted awake and sprinted to the reading nook corner and started up his growling. Previously, if he heard a noise from outside, like neighbors pulling in with their loud car, he would run downstairs to park at the window. Personally, I could not isolate where the sound was coming from, and if it was downstairs or upstairs. I can't say for certain if it was coming from the corner from where he was barking. Wherever it was coming from, it stopped as soon as I got up. I finally settled him back down and managed to doze off again. This time, I woke up suddenly to the knowledge that someone was walking towards me. I knew someone was taking steps closer to my bedroom from the hallway, and I bolted up, instinctively yelled, "What the F?" and got ready to fight someone off, convinced someone had broken in and was about to come on me. This time, I woke up suddenly to the knowledge that someone was walking towards me. I knew someone was taking steps closer to my bedroom from the hallway, and I bolted up instinctively, yelling, "What the F?" and got ready to fight someone off, convinced someone had broken in and was about to come up into my room. But there was nothing. Still not convinced, I grabbed my phone to call my mom to ask her if I should call the non-emergency police line. I was convinced someone had broken in and was in my bedroom. She didn't answer, but I told my mom about it later, and she suggested that my house could be haunted. I decided to set up a sleep recorder for the weekend. For reference, my phone was on the nightstand next to my head. I could hear several things and a bunch of videos, including my dog moving, me moving, and one of us farting. LOL. AC turning on, etc. And all were much more quiet than these noises. Though you can tell that the bang in the first video woke me up a bit. In the second video, you can hear what sounds like something dragging, then what sounds like 3 footsteps or quiet bangs after. I tried to mimic the sounds, and I can't quite match the second one, but the first one sounds like my bookcase door or a cabinet door slamming shut. It also sounds like it's further away from my bed and down the hallway, whereas you can kind of sense the proximity of me rustling awake after hearing the noise. Though I'm not good at analyzing the audio, so I could be off base about that. Long story short, my mom finally convinced me to sage. We did the candle test, and the 2 wicks of the 2 candles both went out in the guest room when prompted. No AC, no open windows, no moving air. We tested 3 times in the 1 bedroom, and all 3 times both wicks went out. No flickering, no embers on the wick after, just a strong, steady flame. And then it was like someone grabbed the wick with wet fingers. We tested the candles in other locations, but it didn't happen anywhere else. My dad checked the attic just in case while my mom saged the entire house. Since then, nothing. My dog hasn't barked in the corner or the staircase. I keep the bedroom door open now and haven't felt weird at all. Haven't felt that flight or fight instinct either when wake. My dog hasn't barked in the corner or the staircase. I keep the bedroom door open now and I haven't felt weird at all. Haven't felt that fight or flight instinct either when walking up or down the stairs too, which is a huge added bonus. Since before the saging, there were a few times where I would feel an intense sense of panic and I would run up the stairs. There are some other things I remember upon reflecting. When I first moved in, and for the first month or two, my dog would sit on my bed and when I first moved in and for the first month or two, My dog would sit on my bed and lightly growl at the window in my bedroom. At first, I thought that he didn't recognize his reflection in the window. Then it hit me that then it hit me that the window actually reflects the hallway. Around September, the same time the activity started, my dog had a really sudden change in personality. Normally, when I got home from work, he'd be beaming and energetic and crazy excited to see me. Suddenly, that was not the case. When I would get home from work, he'd act extremely nervous and terrified. He'd creep towards me with his head down, ears back, and body low. He wouldn't accept any treats or go near me, not even his favorite foods. I'd have to leave his treats on the ground and walk away for him to approach. After about 30 minutes, he'd warm up and be normal for the rest of the day. But it was just so unusual. I even almost took him to the vet because I was concerned about it being some type of sickness. But eventually it stopped after a few weeks. A steady flame snuffed out by invisible fingers. It's a reminder that some things can't be explained by science, only by experience. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever felt that fight or flight instinct in your own home? Drop your experiences down in the comments below. I'll be descending into the threads to respond to the most chilling ones. If you want more dispatches from the dark, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our circle. Your support keeps the transmission running. The signal is fading, but the shadows remain. I'm Vera, and this has been the Underworld Broadcast.